So it's Monday, and I can already tell it's going to be a crazy Monday. And it is coffee time. Hey, I wanted to do a quick video on using a V60 and how I do it, my technique, workflow, that type of thing. Later on, I'm going to read a little bit through the book of John because that's what I've been doing, and that's been fun. So let's get started. And hey guys, remember to like and subscribe. This is a new channel. I really appreciate the support. If you like content like this and it's bringing value to your life and getting some encouragement, definitely love to hear about it. And leaving a comment, liking, subscribing is the best way you can do that. So I appreciate y'all so much. So definitely a good thing. So I want to go ahead and I am going to measure out my beans today. I am doing a very simple pour over, so I am using very classic beans I've used before. They smell delicious. Pete's Coffee, dark roast, just something simple today. Today needs to be a day of simplicity. So, measuring out, I want to do about 20 grams at least. It's a pour over, so I like to make it big. Go. Almost there. Come on now. Oh, perfect. 20.1. I'll take it. So when you do your pour overs is literally one of the most simple, easy ways you can make coffee. You don't need a big giant machine for it. Just get your Hario V60. I actually really love using a plastic setup, as goofy as that sounds. It's not super fancy pants, but you don't have to worry about heating up the glass. So you're not going to be pouring in, you can, but you're not going to be pouring necessarily a bunch of hot water where you're going to be heating up that glass and worried about losing that thermal loss. You could just go for it. And that's what I like. What I love is finding ways to brew coffee at work. Now, I work at home. I have a work at home office. Don't know how your home office or your office is set up. But when I've worked in center, it has been a life changer to have fresh coffee, not to have my coffee needs met by my employer. So I'm using this V60 paper. This is kind of one of those natural papers, basically. And when I do my V60, I always like to actually let me get a really fresh one here. What I like to do is just get this edge here and do a little tuck. And what that does is it creates basically a barrier, kind of where it pops up the paper so that it's not just stuck to the wall, so that you have some flow. Basically good flow. That's the key. Okay. And I showed you all on my last video my grinder I tend to use for pour overs. And that's basically this bad boy here. I like that you can make adjustments on it from the outside. This is a really cheap grinder. I got this on Amazon for like 20 bucks, and it has served me very well. I like it because it makes a good coarse grind that just works really well for pour over. And sometimes if I'm using beans, that sounds silly, but I don't want to necessarily mix with my espresso stuff. It's just a good way. I don't have to cross contamination, especially if I'm using. My wife likes flavored coffees, so I don't want to. If I'm making my wife a flavored coffee, I don't have to worry about it messing with my espresso later on. When you're making the espresso, I mean, it's fine particles, so there's more fine. It's obviously a finer, So I mean, it's going to just get everywhere, getting all the nooks and crannies, and we don't want that. While I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and heat up my water through my Casa Brews 4700, and that's one of the reasons why I love this thing. Has that water spigot on the side there, and it's just a great way to kind of heat up water fast. And I'll show you in a minute why I like to use it. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I love that smell of fresh ground beans. Just, I wish I could put YouTube and give YouTube smells. That would be cool. Oh man, it just smells so delicious. Wow. Alrighty. Now, one of the things, like I was saying, that why I love using the V60 is it's so easy. It's easy, and there is some good simple technique you can use to help out with making sure that you have a good extraction. But ultimately, that's what I love the most. It's easy, super easy, and it's something to do on the go. I've literally used a V60 in my call center office before, going ahead and just, basically getting a cup of hot water, doing a pour over. It's just easy, like I said. So, almost there with the beans. I'm going to try to lift the camera so you can see how I pour it in. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, yeah, it's there. Awesome. Beautiful. Alrighty, take a look at this. Look at that grind. Smells delicious. Oh, man. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this raised up a bit. And again, excuse me, this is a live video, so, you know. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's scooch this over a tiny bit here. So, like you see, I put the fold in there, so it creates that little bit of an air pocket, so that when the grounds get saturated, it creates it. It's not just going to stick. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. And I always like to go ahead and just level out the bank. Let level it out. Try to get it as straight as possible. This isn't like espresso. It's not like you're going to be, like I was mentioning before, like uh, you're not you're not trying to create that ease of that airflow and all that good stuff. So anyway, so what I love to do is I just get a espresso cup here, glass. It has kind of a spout on it, and what I love to do is just kind of manually put it in there. James Hoffman has a great video on this. He is the expert. They are amazing. There's so many amazing YouTubers out there, and coffee experts. They're just awesome. You want to give it that time to let some of that first CO2 out and to breathe a little bit. Wow, it smells so good already. And one of the reasons why you just don't want to put all your water in right from the get-go is you want to give that time for the coffee to get saturated, the grounds to get saturated, and that, really you're just getting that great extraction. Man, I love this 4700. By the time I refill it, it's ready to go. And making like a circular motion kind of stirs that bed up a bit. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna let that go down a little bit here. Yeah, that is just gorgeous. Sometimes I like to pick it up and swirl around a little bit here. Now, I mean, truthfully, you could just go ahead and get a spoon and kind of mix it around. And I've seen people do that before. I typically don't have to do that much. It's really about that grind size. You don't want to use an espresso grind because it's gonna saturate and it's gonna create too much of that barrier. It's gonna get really mucky. So you really want to make sure you have that good coarse grind size. Like a thick cut salt. There we go. This is awesome. Ooh, nice and hot. And again, get around the edges. Knock that down again. There we go. And then I'm probably going to put one more cup just like this in there, and that is it. This is my American pour over. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put this one in right now, just so it could get going. Oh, man, it smells delicious. I love that. That is awesome. But yeah, this is just a really do it. Like I was saying, this is the reason why you want to make that fold. If the paper gets stuck, it doesn't quite flow the right way. Sometimes I like to help it a little bit, but this is looking good. Smells awesome, looks awesome. It's just about poured. So that is just awesome. Like I said, guys, remember to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Also, leave me a comment if there's a technique that you do that works really well for you. I definitely want to know about it. And while this is going here, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, pull out the Book of John. And one of the things I want to do just when I do this channel is, give you some encouragement and also just hang with you. So while I'm just letting this beautiful cup finish through. So where I left off was on the Book of John, and it was around verse 34. And so I'm going to pick up at 35. Again, the next day, John stood with two of his disciples, and looking at Jesus as he walked, and he said, "Behold, the Lamb of God." And the two disciples heard him and speak, and they followed Jesus. Then Jesus turned, seeing them following, and said to them, "What do you seek?" And they said to him, "Rabbi," which is to say, when translated, teacher, "where are you staying?" And he said to them, "Come and see." They came and saw where he was staying and remained with him that day. Now it was about the 10th hour. Over the two who heard John and spoke and followed him, with Andrew, Simon, Peter, and his brother. His first found his own brother Simon and said to him, "We have found the Messiah," which is translated the Christ. And he brought him to Jesus now. And when Jesus looked at him, he said, "You are Simon, the son of Jonah. You shall be called Cephas," and which is translated stone. Ooh, that coffee smells delicious. Try that here in just a sec. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. One of the things, like when I share these scriptures, I don't want to ever give anyone too much, but this is what it kind of comes down to. This is that early part where Jesus is making the disciples. He just got baptized, and what I love is Jesus straight up asked him, "What do you seek?" And I think that's a big thing that Jesus wants to ask all of us. What are we looking for? What are we trying to find? A lot of people they're looking for God, they're looking for peace, they're looking for lots of things. But even God Himself wants us to clarify what we need. And the truth is they say what they're seeking, and He's like, "Come and see." I just love that. It's Him inviting, "Come on, come with me." I dig it. I think it's awesome. I think it's one of the coolest things ever. And it's simple, it's easy, but sometimes we've just gotta be asked, "What do you want?" And come on, let's get it, and that's the coolest thing. All right, let's try this out. All right, good, good. Smells really good. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. I like Pete's coffee as far as good commodity in the market coffee. Big fan. Very very rich. Not crazy. This is a dark roast. Trying to think how to really describe this. It's just a good classic American cup of Joe. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. And this is just getting great results. I mean, look at that. And this is the way I drink my coffee. I normally don't put cream and sugar. I like to experience the coffee just as it is, and it's just good. So yeah, if you haven't tried a V60, go for it. One of the easiest things you can do, especially at home desk. And what I really love is honestly just clean up. Look at this, beautiful, done, good, all set, back where it needs to be. That's the beautiful part about it. Just an easy thing to use. A lot of times, we watch these videos or something. We're like, hey, it seems kind of snubby, but I dig it. Easy, easy, easy. Y'all, I hope you have a great day. Again, remember to like and subscribe. I really appreciate you watching. And yeah, have a good one. Thanks for watching.